Hi guys, it's Blackie and welcome back to the channel. Okay, today we got something a little different than usually on my channel. Today we're going to do an unboxing. My niece, Trinity Sainer, has got her an electric bike. And as those of you that follow my channel know, I've already got an electric bike. But Trinity lives in northern Kentucky and she's got to thinking, we got to talking about it. And you know, one of these electric bikes would be fantastic as a hunting tool. I mean, everybody knows today about four-wheelers and things like that, 4x4s and side-by-sides and things for going hunting. But these bikes are very, very quiet. And so therefore, it would be very easy for her to get to a site, pull it out of the back of the pickup truck, and quietly navigate in there for scouting and things like that on hunting and etc. So she got a bike that is a Rattan Sequia. And I'll be unboxing it here in just a second. So I want you to see how big a box is. What are you getting when you order it? What shows up? For those silver wolves out there that have been asking about, do I like mine? I really like mine. And I do think this may be an advantage for us silver wolves in mobility to be able to get back out there. Now this bike is a step-through design. Instead of having to throw your leg over it, you can step through it, kind of like a girl's bike. It's a V instead of a bar. You step through it. It'll be explanatory in just a second. And therefore, it would be a very good bike for somebody with limited mobility that can take it. Now, how far does it go? Well, the battery on board says it goes 60 to 80 miles with you pedaling and 40 to 60 without you pedaling. So if you just hit the throttle and run it, 40 to 60 mile range, depending on hills and etc. Has a 400-pound weight limit. I'll read you the specs here in just a little bit. But that means that this is a bike that would be very viable as a hunting thing, that kind of range, to be able to park my truck and scout large areas on dirt roads and back roads and, you know, glass, looking for deer and things like that in valleys, and be quiet. You don't, you know, you can hear them four-wheelers coming a mile off, 2 miles off sometimes. This would be very quiet, so it might be a way to do. So, without any further ado, let's unbox it and let's see what you get when you order one of these bikes. Okay, this is the Rattan Bike Company, and the model is called the Sequoia. I'm assuming that's how that's pronounced. And it's a nice big box. Now let me set the camera up high on the redneck camper so that you can see it. Okay, it's a big box. Pretty good size. Alright, it comes banded. I'm going to take my Swiss Army knife and cut these bands right quick. And it says on top of it, please keep packing box for at least 30 days. I guess in case there's some sort of defect, you could ship it back to them. Now I'm going to use a screwdriver because this has got those big heavy brass copper type staples in it. And here's what we got. Okay. First of all, we have a box right here. I will open this box up separately, or close up, once I get it out of the big box. And behind the seat, another box. We have the 2 tires, the seat, pulling the big foam up out of the way. Now, here's several things are shrink wrapped together. There's a great big zip tie right here. I'll cut it to get the tire out. Making sure not to cut the tire. Big, heavy duty zip tie. And one way down low, okay? Let me cut that one. Now the tire comes out. Tire, and it's got something attached to it. Foam block. Nice big tire. Nice big and broad, so it will run on snow. That was one big concern I had with Trinity getting one, was being up there in the snow country. It's going to have to be able to function off-road. Now the bike seems to be just one big piece sitting in here. Looks like I can bring it straight up and out. So, this tire, what are you? Okay, that's nothing. Always go through and check and make sure these small pieces don't have something in it and it's actually just laying there before you go. Something may be attached and then you bend it, pulling it out of the box. Okay. Now, lay it over, slide it out of the box. Trying to keep you where you can see what we're doing. Alright. There we have the bike out of the box. Okay, first accessory box is the charging unit. This is what you plug into the battery and then plug into the wall in order to recharge your battery. And it probably, there it is, there's a user's manual right there for the charger on how that's going to work. Okay, we'll charge that battery and test it out a little later. Now let's look at that other box. Okay, on this box, I'm betting it's going to be the tools needed to put it together. Tool bag and owner's manual, the pair of foot pegs, and then in this box, aha, it comes with a large headlight, which is going to be great for Trinity doing her hunting. That it mounts to the front of the thing and then simply just plugs in. Right there's the cap to plug it into. So it has a large LED focused, nice big focused in the middle of it, headlight. That ought to be pretty impressive. Now, inside the little accessory bag, we have the owner's manual, and I will go over all the actual stats of this unit here in just a little bit. But there are good pictures showing you exactly how to assemble it, step by step. That's a very nice thing, especially for us old silver wolves, a step by step of how to assemble it with pictures. Very nice. And then you've got a couple of wrenches. You have 3 different Allen wrenches and one 13 and 15 millimeter wrench. That's probably all we're going to need. Alright. Okay, here's the bike fully assembled. Sorry I didn't do in-depth assembly, but it's super simple. The rear tire comes on the bike. All you have to do is put the front tire on. Now what was a little odd to me, being an old guy, is this. This is your thin little axle that runs through that allows you to take the wheel off real easy for transporting. It has a nice big headlight right here, and it has shocks that can be loaded for rough riding, etc. Here are the keys to it that allow you to take the I believe it locks the battery in place. It may also turn everything off. Your battery is up under here, and you have a power switch right there, I believe, or a release switch, I should say. Then you have the actual gear system. It shifts very easily. I took it around the block right quick. Now, up here on your controls, you have your gear selector, and you have a button back here on the back that between these you can click to make it go up and click on this one to make it come down. You also have brakes, and they mentioned putting heavy mineral oil into them so it's lubricated so it ain't the type that's going to go dry. Over here on this side, this is your throttle button. You push down on this for your throttle. To turn it on, you have this control panel. Push this button, hold it for 2 seconds, and the display will kick on. This will show you how much battery time you got. Here is your speed indicator. Here's how far you've done in the trip, and here's what your power setting is, how much battery is pulling you, like how much horsepower you're running. On this indicator right here, you have a plus and minus. If I click plus, and you look right there, see it goes up 2, 3, 4. That's how much power assist I need to go up really steep hills. To do less, I push the lower button, which is this button on the bottom, and it clicks down to 0. 0 is just me pedaling. To turn the unit off, all I have to do is push that button in, hold it for 2 seconds, and it will kick off. Rides very smooth, brakes very easily. And then right here is where that key goes, and right here is the power button. You lift this up just like that, and there, up in that hole, is your power switch. You can hit that to turn the battery off, to save your battery. All in all, pretty easy. Now, let me tell you what the stats are on this bike. Also notice, this is a step-through bike, where instead of the ones we had to swing a leg over, you can just simply step through this. Better for us old silver wolves. Okay, now that we've got the bike together, and that's what it looks like again in a brochure picture of it, I'm impressed. Works pretty good. Now, I know you guys are going to ask for stats, so here are the stats. The model is called the Sequia. Its product dimensions are 190 by 118 cubic meters. It's a big bike. Maximum load weight is 400 pounds. The big box that came in all together weighs 92 pounds. The bike itself weighs 77 pounds. Much of that is the battery. Maximum speed 28 miles an hour. Battery charge is a 48 volt, 20 amp hour, 4.5 amp. Input 100 to 240 volt, 50 to 60 hertz. Output 54.6 volt but by 4.5A. Pedal assist, it has a 60 to 80 mile range on a battery. 60 to 80 miles. You get a pretty good trip out of that one. Purely electric, it'll go 40 to 60, where you're not doing any pedaling. So if you're old silver wolves, just want a little scooter, you press the button and zip up to the store and back, nice and easy, this might be a way to go. A lot easier to get around on. Maximum climb angle, 30 degrees. Tire pressure, 30 pounds. Frame is aluminum alloy. And I'll let you get a good look at the output stats and everything. Now, on that display that I said earlier, there was a button. Okay. There's a good close picture of what the display looks at. I misinterpreted that to be a compass. It is not. It's a motor watts. Okay. Top is the battery level, then motor watts. Here's your speed, there's your trip, how far you've gone, and there's how much assistance you're getting. That I button right there, this is the controller that I was talking about. You press this button and hold it for 2 seconds to activate the system. You press this button to add more horsepower. You press this button to reduce horsepower, going up to level 1, level 2, level 3, up and down. That eye indicator, press down that button and it allows you to shift the display around. So right now it's set up to display this. You might want to shift the distance up here. Well, it allows you to move stuff around. Different displays are available, which is a very nice and handy little thing to do. So that is the bike. Now, I've given you the specs and everything on it, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be taking it up. I'll be meeting Trinity here very shortly. She lives in Kentucky, I live in Lower Alabama. I'm going to be meeting her at an event in the beginning of May, and I'll be handing this off to her fully assembled and ready to go. But I'm going to take it out and do an overnight with it, just to try it out, see how it performs. So that will be coming up in a very shortly future video. Hope you've enjoyed this, guys. If you have, please hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Until next time, guys, I'm Blackie wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.